ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय राधिकायै प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तनारायणति नामिने। श्रीकृष्णलीला कथने सुदक्षम् औदार्य माधुर्य गुणैश्युक्तं वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषं महान्तं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि। First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma Nityala Purita Jagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Tirandi Swami Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here, please accept my humble obeisances. So we are discussing from Śrī Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛtam Canto 1, Chapter 1, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 16. ज्ञान भक्ता सुतेष्वे के शुद्ध भक्ता परे अपरे प्रेम भक्ता परे प्रेम परा प्रेमातुरा परे. ज्ञान in knowledge of the Lord's supremacy, bhakta devotees, two indeed, teshu amongst them, eke some, shuddha bhakta devotees purified from all material conception, pare others, apare still others, prema aspiring for love, bhakta devotees, pare others, prema para absorbed in love, prema atura overwhelmed by love, pare others. Among those devotees, some Jnani Bhaktas know the Lord's supreme position, some Shuddha Bhaktas are actuated by a pure devotional aptitude, some Premi Bhaktas are imbued with full loving devotion, some Prema Para Bhaktas are absorbed in pure love, and some Prematur Bhaktas are impelled by overwhelming love. Devotees of Sri Bhagavan nurture different spiritual moods, and depending on their moods, they obtain different results. The distinction of each result is explained in 4.5 verses beginning here with Jnana. Number 1. Jnana Bhaktas are devotees such as Śrī Bṛhad Maharaj, who possesses Jnana Bhakti or devotion mixed with the pursuit of knowledge and the inclination towards opulence. Here the word Jnana means knowledge, indicates knowledge that encompasses both the significance of liberation and the glories of loving devotion to the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. The word Bhakti refers to the 9 processes of devotional service to the Lord. Shuddha Bhaktas are pure devotees like Shri Ambarish who render and aspire for devotional service to the Supreme Lord that is untainted by desire for fruity work, empirical knowledge, dry renunciation, etc. Premi Bhaktas are pure devotees such as Shri Hanuman whose bhakti is endowed with prema, pure love of God. These devotees always serve the lotus feet of their beloved Lord with their entire being or Atma, aspiring only to develop deep affection for His lotus feet. In other words, their singular wish is to meet the Lord and render service to Him. Prema Para Bhaktas are pure devotees like Shri Arjuna and the Pandavas whose devotion towards the Lord is devoid of awe and reverence. They are bound by the shackles of loving friendship with the Lord, and prema is their only goal in life. Shri Bhagavan's unconditional mercy creates in their hearts the acme of purest love, binding them in complete friendship that is suffused with eagerness to see Him and characterized by intimate jocular affection for Him. Prematur Bhaktas are devotees like Uddhav and the Yadavas who are overwhelmed with divine love. They are always overcome by the super excellent wealth of prema, for that always attracts their hearts in loving relationships with the Supreme Lord. Entrance into Vaikuntha cannot be obtained without possessing love for Bhagavan. However, based on differences in their spiritual moods or bhavas, of the devotees and according to the degree of their love, a hierarchy of devotees must be recognized. Shuddha Bhakti and Prem Bhakti are essentially the same in nature, yet due to the presence of absolute loving attachment, Premanishta in Prem Bhakti, the Premi Bhakta is considered superior. Although the Shuddha Bhakta ultimately reaches the stage of a Premi Bhakta, it is imperative to acknowledge the speciality or distinctiveness of the Premi Bhakta's absolute loving attachment that distinguishes him from the Shuddha Bhakta. Similarly, it must be recognized that Prema Para Bhaktas are more exceptional than Premi Bhaktas, and the Prematur Bhaktas are more exceptional than the Prem Para Bhaktas. Verse 17. Taratamyavatamisham phale samyam na yujyate taratamyam tu vaikunte katanchit udghatate. Taratamyavatamisham phale samyam na yujyate taratamyam tu vaikunte katanchit ghatate nahi. Taratamyavatam, having gradations, isham, of them, phale, in the result, samyam, equality, na, not, yujyate, appropriate, taratamyam, gradation, too, but, vaikunte, in vaikuntha, katanchit, in any way, ghatate, it is possible, na, not, he certainly. In spite of all these devotees being equal in their pure loving devotion, gradation is seen in their spiritual sentiments. It would be inappropriate, therefore, if they were all to receive the same results. There must be gradation in the results they achieve. However, the abode of Vaikuntha is the realm of equality, and so it is not possible that a hierarchy of results can exist there. One must accept that although all these devotees possess equal devotion, still because of gradation in their devotional sentiments, bhavas, there is gradation in the results they obtain. To explain this, Uttara speaks this verse beginning with Tartamya. Here, Tartamya meaning proportionate gradation should be understood to refer to varying degrees of love, from comparatively limited to abundant manifestations. She says, since there are gradations in the devotional moods or sentiments, bhavas, of the 5 types of devotees, it is not appropriate that they all receive equal results. When Jnani Bhakti and Shuddha Bhakti are compared, when Jnana Bhakti and Shuddha Bhakti are compared, Shuddha Bhakti must certainly yield a greater result than Jnana Bhakti. Similarly, Prem Bhakti must yield a greater result than Shuddha Bhakti. Prem Para Bhakti must yield a greater result than Prem Bhakti, and Prematur Bhakti must yield a greater result than Prema Para Bhakti. If this were not so, the fault of an inadequate result would be applied to Bhakti. It would be especially undesirable to accord the same result to all these exalted devotees who possess different transcendental taste, ruchi, and who also do not desire the same result. Distribution of results in this manner does not befit the glories of the supremely merciful Bhagavan, who is affectionate to all devotees. Therefore, it must be accepted that there is a gradation in the results. One might object, if such gradation of reward were present in Vaikuntha, would this not be a defect? In reply, Śrī Uttara says, being the embodiment of knowledge, bliss and eternity, Vaikuntha is uniform in nature. Consequently, any kind of differentiation or inequality is not possible there. Verse 18. Paryavasyati sarupya samipyadau cha tulyata na shruyate param prapyam vaikunthadadikam kiyat. Paryavasyati, it is concluded, sarupya, liberation such as having the same form as the Lord, samipya, liberation such as living in the Lord's proximity, adau, and so on, cha, also, tulyata, equality, na, not, shruyate, is heard of, param, exalted, prapyam, worthy of attainment, vaikunthat, than vaikuntha, adhikam, more, kiyat, to such an extent. The different types of liberation, such as having the same form as the Lord, or sarupya, and living in the Lord's proximity, or samipya, are all on an equal platform. Moreover, it is unheard of that a destination more exalted than Vaikuntha can be attained. One might raise an objection that in Śrī Vaikuntha, although all devotees reap equal happiness from their worship of the Lord, there are distinctions, as some attain different types of liberation, such as sarupya. Just as there are different divisions of yajnas or sacrifices, such as the karma yajna or the brahma yajna, constant meditation on the Supreme. Similarly, in order to continuously manifest Śrī Bhagavan's supremely grand pastimes, according to necessity, some servants serving as doorkeepers are situated at a distance from the Lord, while the some remain in close proximity to render confidential services like massaging his lotus feet. Thus, gradations are found among the servitors, but in the transcendental sense, all of them are equally placed. To express this, Śrī Uttara speaks this verse beginning with Paryavasyati. Sarupya means to possess a form similar to Bhagavan's forearm form. Samipya means to remain close to the Lord as his eternal associate or parshad. Here the word Adi indicates different services such as commanding the army, massaging the Lord's lotus feet and dressing his hair. However, this list does not include Sayujya Mukti, the impersonal liberation of merging into the Lord's effulgence. Bhagavan rewards demons who are inimical to him with Sayujya Mukti because of their constant meditation on him. Those who render even the smallest degree of service to the Lord consider merging into him to be loathsome and despicable. Now one might ask, do devotees obtain something extra also in accordance with their individual spiritual moods, bhavas? In reply, Shri Uttara speaks the words beginning with Na Shruyate. Out of the uncountable destination, she says, Shri Vaikuntha is the topmost, thus one does not hear of any higher abode than can be obtained. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarvishya kripa sindhu pradhanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.